Welcome to the farmstead. If you're new here, I'm Nana, and today I'm making friendship tea. Giving treats to my family and friends is one of my favorite things about this time of year. Watch until the end to see how I put together the tags and the little squares that I'm using to package up this tea that brings back such wonderful memories for me. I'm going to start with some instant iced tea. This is a decaffeinated version because we drink decaffeinated tea around here. We're going to, and it's just plain, doesn't have the lemon, doesn't have anything in it, just plain unsweetened tea. And we're going to put in a half a cup of our tea. Okay. We're going to put in 1 cup of lemonade mix. One cup. We're going to put in 1 cup of our orange drink mix. I still remember, I'm old enough to remember that when this stuff came out, it was all the rage because it was what the astronauts were taking into space with them. That'll date me a little bit, won't it? So 1 cup of Tang mix. Okay, we have cinnamon. We need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And a half a teaspoon of cloves. And cloves in this tea mix absolutely reminds me of cooking with my mom at the holidays. She didn't do much. She made a few desserts and things, but she always made this tea to give to her friends and to have to drink. She wasn't a coffee drinker. She loved her hot tea. So this is absolutely one of my fondest memories of the holidays, is always having this drink mix to share with friends. All right, so we're just going to get it mixed up good. A few little lumps, we're going to mash those out. All right, we're going to pour it into our jars. Now this should hold 2 cups. Is that what a pint holds? There. How pretty is that? All the layers. Smells so wonderful. All right, so let's see how many this makes. There we go. So that makes about a jar and a half. So I'm going to mix up a little more. I'm going to wash all my things here because it looks like I've got a little water on my bowl here and I don't want it to clump up. So I'm going to wash my things and I'll be right back. Okay, nice and clean, nice and dry. Let's make another batch. Now I'll put this in the description below, and I'm going to put in there the double batch so that you can make 3 pint jars. But we had a half a cup of the tea. Half tea. Ooh, got a lump. Smash out your little lump there. There we go. All right. Half a cup of the tea. So we got a half and a half and a half and a half and a teaspoon and a half teaspoon. Scoop. Okay. One more. Anything left over we can keep for ourselves. Look at there. Just enough for me, a cup of tea. All right. Got our 3 jars. Got our ribbon already on that one. Put our ribbon on 2 more. There we go. Easy peasy friendship tea. Hope you'll make some and share with your friends this holiday season. So what I'm going to do first is get my packages together, then I'm going to put it in. And this time I'm going to be using some jars. Now I have all kinds of the regular style of mason jars, but these are some that I found and I thought would be a nice change to give something a little different at the holidays. So these are, let's see, these are probably a pint size. Yes, pint size. So same as would fit in a regular pint size jar, will fit in these. So let's get these out. And these are fine if you wanted to just give them as is, maybe tie a little bow around them. But I'm going to do a little bit better. I've printed some little labels that say what it is. It tells what ingredients are in it. It tells how to use it. 2 teaspoons per 8 ounces of hot water. And Best By. And on these I put 430, which is about 5 months. After about 6 months, these kind of go stale or can get clumpy, but they're probably still good for a little while after that, but I'd be surprised if it lasts that long. All right, so let's get busy. Now, these are little labels that I printed on my little label maker. It's just prints black ink. You peel these off, but I wanted it to be a little fancier than that. So I have got some Kraft cardstock. Kraft being brown because that's what we used to make boxes out of. So I just call it Kraft. Force of habit. All right, so I'm going to take my sticker and I'm going to stick it on here. If I can get it peeled off. All right, so there we go. I'm going to put it kind of right over here in a corner. I'm going to give myself a little margin room around it. Okay, and there we go. I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to try to match the margins. You know what? I brought my cutter. Makes it even easier. So I'm going to open this up. I'll put this down in here, and this has got the little blade that you pull back and forth. And I'm going to Still try to make my margin the same as I've got right there. I want over here. And if it's not exact, that's okay. And that makes it very easy to cut. And I got that little off. So what I might do when I get through is trim this side a little bit, just to make it perfect, or kind of perfect. And I am going to cut kind of a half moon top on this one. And again, these are homemade. These are not professional. These are made with love. Try to even that up a little bit. There we go. Ooh, that almost looks like a barn top. All right. I need my hole puncher to punch a hole. Stay right there. I'll be right back. Got my hole puncher. Put a hole right there. Okay, so that's the sun. Scraps. Yep, and I've got some ribbon, and this is just a little spool of Merry Christmas ribbon. It's kind of got a brown background, so it kind of goes with it. All right, so we're gonna need that in a minute. All right, now for my jars, this is fine. These are clean. These are new. Nothing wrong with that, but I want to embellish it a little bit. And I wanted to do it without buying a whole bunch of material. So I bought some, these are called fat squares, and they are used for quilting. They're pre-cut pieces of material that are used in quilting a lot of times, but when you have a small craft like this and you don't need much, these are perfect size. All right, unfold this. I'll lay my jar lid on here. And this is good because I can kind of, this is lined. These has lines on it, so I can kind of go by the lines. If it wasn't that, I've got my ruler. I could measure out about a 6x6 square. Now for this, I have got my pink shears, and pink shears just cut a zigzag line. They help keep the material from fraying. So I'm going to cut this out again along these lines. And then these edges that do not have it, that were just cut straight, I'm going to trim these off so that I have the pinked edges on all four sides. And again, doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, it's made with love, not perfection. Okay, so there's that. This is going to go right in here. You could put a piece of glue or double sticky tape on that. I'm not, but you could. And they'll go right like that. And back on our jars once we get them filled. Let's see. Lid, square, band. Oh yeah, that's going to be the ticket. All right. And then we will let's put our ribbon on there now. Okay, so we know how we're going to do these. Let's get a piece of ribbon. Go around. We want to leave it a little bit of an end so that we can tie it. And we don't necessarily tie this in a bow. I'm going to do this with my regular scissors at an angle. I'm going to make sure this end's cut at an angle, and again, just keeps it from fraying. There we go. Put it through my tag. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to tie it right around here. I'm going to try to get it to where the... Let's go this way. That way the Merry Christmas is right side up. Slippery little sucker. All right, so we're going to tie this. Tie that. Trim it off to where I don't have a whole lot of access. Oh, grab my finger shears. That'll work too. Look at there. All right. There's that. I'm gonna move my instructions over by my knot. All right, so there we go. That's how we're going to package them up. That's going to have to come down so that we can get the ring on there. Perfect. All right, I'm going to get the other 3 ready. I'm intending to make 4 jars. We'll see how much it makes. And we'll go from there.